I'm conscious.
Now what?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
All right. Welcome back to another edition of I'm Conscious Now What? It's Derek Dunlap here with you on the 23rd of November. 23rd of November, the day before the big day. I just want to add a disclaimer to this here broadcast. I do realize we have younger lads that view this live stream. At some point of the videos that I'm going to be sharing right here in the beginning, there will be some graphic images. Some would call graphic. So be advised, if you are in a lot of fear right now, if you're buzzing at a very buzzy, lovable vibration, and you're not able to come up and down in vibration, it might throw you out of vibration, then be advised. Because I just felt led to share some things the day before a lot of energy is going to be moving. And it's moving today. I can feel it. So be advised. Enjoy the videos.
Most of us associate the holiday with happy pilgrims and Indians sitting down to a big feast. And that did happen once. The story began in 1614 when a band of English explorers sailed home to England with a ship full of Patuxet Indians bound for slavery. They left behind smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who escaped. By the time the pilgrims arrived in Massachusetts Bay, they found only one living Patuxet Indian, a man named Squanto, who had survived slavery in England and knew their language. He taught them to grow corn and to fish, and negotiated a peace treaty between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Nation. At the end of the first year, the Pilgrims held a great feast honoring Squanto and the Wampanoags. But as the word spread in England about the paradise to be found in the New World, religious zealots called the Puritans began arriving by the boatload. Finding no fences around the land, they considered it to be public domain. Joined by other British settlers, they seized land, capturing strong young natives for slaves and killing the rest. But the Pequot Nation had not agreed to the peace treaty Squanto had negotiated, and they fought back. The Pequot War was one of the bloodiest Indian wars ever fought. In 1637, near present day, Groton, Connecticut, over 700 men, women, and children of the Pequot tribe had gathered for their annual Green Corn Festival, which is our Thanksgiving celebration. In the pre-dawn hours, the sleeping Indians were surrounded by the English and Dutch mercenaries, who ordered them to come outside. Those who came out were shot or clubbed to death, while terrified women and children who huddled inside the longhouse were burned alive. The next day, the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men, women, and children had been murdered. Cheered by their victory, the brave colonists and their Indian allies attacked village after village. Women and children over 14 were sold into slavery, while the rest were murdered. Boats loaded with as many as 500 slaves regularly left the ports of New England. Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible. Following an especially successful raid against the, quote, in what is now Stamford, Connecticut, the churches announced a second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate a victory over the heathen savages. During the feasting, the hacked-off heads of the natives were kicked through the streets like soccer balls. Even the friendly Wampanoag did not escape the madness. Their chief was beheaded and his head impaled on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where it remained on display for 24 years. The killings became more and more frenzied, with days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre. George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside of celebrating each and every massacre. Later, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a national legal holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Sioux in Minnesota. The story doesn't have quite the same fuzzy feeling associated with it as the one where the Indians and Pilgrims are all sitting down together at a big feast. But we need to learn our true history so it won't ever be repeated. This
Thanksgiving is a wholesome time to come together with family, a time to eat delicious food prepared with love, a time to reflect on everything that you have to be grateful for. And when you really take a step back and look at this heartwarming holiday, you realize that Thanksgiving is seriously up. So that is the groundwork for our Thanksgiving holiday, built on the genocide and violent destruction of an entire people. Now, you may be saying that this is tragic and unexcusable, but it's not what people are celebrating with Thanksgiving today. The modern holiday is far removed from this showcase of our inhumanity. But I have to challenge this and say that while our thoughts and intentions may be nowhere near this historic genocide, our actions today are incredibly in concert with those historic settlers. You see, knowingly or not, we celebrate this original genocide with a second genocide, and that is the genocide of turkeys. Now, you may scoff at this concept of a turkey genocide, but what turkeys go through is nothing short of horrific, barbaric, and terrifying. According to the USDA, more than 45 million turkeys are killed annually in the United States just for Thanksgiving. That's 1/6 of all of the turkeys sold in the US each year. I just want to give a quick warning that some of the images I'm going to use in this next section may be disturbing to some viewers. I urge you not to look away, to give a voice to the millions of turkeys who have to go through this experience behind closed doors. But if you choose to look away, please do listen to the audio so that you still hear the information. And I'll play this tone when the footage is complete and you can look again. Before being slaughtered, turkeys spend their short lives cramped on top of one another, even in so-called free-range and cage-free facilities, terms which mean nothing. Just see this video of mine for more information on that. Due to these atrocious conditions, turkeys are rife with disease, respiratory infections, ulcerated feet, blistered breasts, and ammonia-burned eyes. They are pumped full of antibiotics, yet 75 to 100% of them still contain disease when they reach the slaughterhouse. They are bred to grow so fast and so abnormally large that they are made lame by their own weight, and often have to use their wings to reach food and water. Were a human child to grow at this rate, it would be 1,500 pounds by 18 weeks of age. Because of their size and inability to move properly, turkeys must be sexually violated in order to breed them. The males are assaulted for their semen, which is forcefully inserted into the females. At birth, turkeys are mutilated. They are painfully debeaked and detoed without the use of any anesthetic. When they are only 12 to 26 weeks old, turkeys are grabbed by their feet and jammed into crates without food or water and shipped off to slaughter. There is no law in the United States to regulate the treatment of turkeys during the catching, shipping, and slaughtering process. Once at the slaughterhouse, turkeys are strung up by their feet, which is especially painful for these unnaturally large birds. They may also be stunned by an electrified stunner or run through an electrified water bath so that their feathers come out more easily. They are fully conscious for this process and then have their throats cut. This is the process that is repeated 45 million times a year for American Thanksgiving alone, as we come to the table to show our thanks, very literally honoring our country's original genocide with the now longest running and bloodiest genocide of our species' history. So I'll say it again. Thanksgiving is seriously up. Now,
ladies and gentlemen, let me get back over here and stop sharing this. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And like I said before, I put the warning out before I played the videos that I just played. And it was necessary. I felt moved to play those two videos for just to give you perspective. I mean, this show is I'm Conscious Now What? So I just wanted you to be conscious of what were some to say the origins of this mainstream holiday that a lot call Thanksgiving, and a lot of the cruelty to conscious beings, which we call turkeys. Now, of course, this touches me in a way because it touches me a little different because I'm vegan. And I'm very conscious of the consciousness of all beings and animals. And I just wanted to share that because there's a lot of awakening beings out there that still eat meat, and they're unconscious of the mutilations and butchering that a lot of animals go through to give us these mainstream holidays. A lot of blood sacrifices. And if you don't understand the blood sacrifices, that's another show. And that's why I'm doing my part of just putting the information out here, whether you believe it or not, whether you think it's true or not. It's your free will, but I'm just doing my part, ladies and gentlemen, in spreading consciousness one soul at a time. What you do with the information is on you. Yeah, so I'm gonna be interested today. We're gonna open these phones up today because I'm just interested, and this is not a good or bad or right or wrong thing. I'm interested to hear out there all over the world, what is Thanksgiving to you, and what were you taught about Thanksgiving? You know, I want to just hear what's Thanksgiving to you. And did you know the origins of Thanksgiving from the information that we have right now? That's what I love about the internet. That's what I love so much about the internet is we have the ability to research a lot of things that were just wiped out at a period of time. We now have access in consciousness to a lot of information, because up until a few years ago, I didn't know the origins behind Thanksgiving. I didn't. You guys know me by now. I'm being honest about it. I didn't. And a lot of you already knew this, but a lot of people, trust me, a lot of people have no idea about the origins of Thanksgiving in the Plymouth Rock. You know what we were taught in school, and you know what was handed down to us from our moms and dads and their grandmas and their great grandmas. This is what we talk about. It just keeps getting handed down from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation. And here we are in 2016, the day before the energy moves. A lot of energy is going to move tomorrow. A lot. If you're not sensitive to energy, then you might not understand what I'm saying. A lot of people are going to play tomorrow. They're going to be playing with this energy. And there's a lot of energy because we are energy as conscious beings, and there's a lot of energy connected. I'll just say that to Thanksgiving. A lot of perspectives. A lot of energy is going to be moved. So I know I had to meditate this morning extra long and extra hard just to keep my will and my intent conscious. because of the energy of today and tomorrow and Friday, which they call Black Friday. A lot of energy. A lot of energy. And when I say energy, I include money and energy, because money is energy. So a lot of energy is going to be moved. I can only ask or state that find your space, find your balance during these times. Do what makes you bliss and follow your joy. Follow your joy. I was asked on the latest broadcast, I was asked Sunday, what did I think about Thanksgiving? And just on my journey, I have learned, and it was very challenging. It was challenging for me, but it was one of the biggest challenges in my consciousness awakening, is to become transparent to a diverse assortment of energies, meaning to sit in energies and not too much attach emotion to them, just to sit in that vibration. And that was just something that I chose to do myself. There's a lot of people on this journey that once they become conscious of different energies, especially lower vibrating energies, they no longer choose to reside in those energies, and they stay as high and as high and as high as they can go. And that's cool. I respect that too. To each his own. We all have freedom of choice. But on my journey, what I found out is sometimes you have to go back down to lower vibrating energies to reach individuals who are, quote unquote, trapped on those frequencies, that need to hear your perspective of that frequency, because we were all there. You know what I mean? And that's just me. I don't force it on anyone, but I know a lot of conscious people that vibrate very, very high. And I love them. I love sitting in their energy with them. Great energy, right? They don't F around in lower vibrating frequencies. Now, sometimes they might get knocked into it or unconsciously end up there, but voluntarily coming down to a lower frequency to reside with someone, it ain't gonna happen. It's not going to happen. So here I am, and a lot of you can feel the energy, you can feel the frequency of the big day that the energy is going to move, Thanksgiving. And me, myself, I will bliss tomorrow. I will, because I've learned how to manipulate the energy and tag this day with the energy that I want it to be on Thanksgiving. So I was asked what Thanksgiving means to me. And what I do is I piggyback the energy of everybody coming together. I find the positive in that. I find the joy in that. I remember the faces when brothers and sisters and mothers and sons and daughters and grandmothers and grandfathers and aunts and uncles and cousins from all over the planet, right, unite in harmony, perfect harmony and joy. And I just lock on to that. And that's my intent for the day. You understand what I'm saying? I don't follow the rituals. I'm just there with a high vibration and hugging and kissing and loving on as many people that cross my path on that particular day. And that's how I keep my own little space. Because I'm just saying, if you're not conscious of the energy, that it's a strong driving energy that makes you feel obligated, and it gives you a false sense of happiness, temporary happiness. I know some of you see it all the time. You see people in one day, it's 365 days out of the year, And then for one day, they just bubble gummy in them, they're just happy, especially if they get what they want. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, you know what I mean? Everybody just gets happy. And it's a false sense of happiness, because happiness, as you and I are finding out on a daily basis, it comes from within. It comes from within, and it reflects. You understand what I'm saying? In the physical realm, but it starts from within. And just on my journey, every day is Thanksgiving to me. Every day I see my beautiful wife is Thanksgiving. Every day is perfect. That's where I start off each morning. And my perspective of perfectness, I just sit in that energy every single morning. That's where I start. Because it's easier to start the day in bliss and ecstasy and happiness. Every day I catch that conscious mind. When I'm conscious that I'm in 3D, that's where I start every day, every single day. I don't miss a day. 3 hours, beginning of the morning. I'm stating that intent. And that's how I'm able to come down in vibrations, to meet people that I care about in 3D, to meet souls that are trapped in lower vibrating frequencies. That's what it's all about. It's not about, I'm past, this is some pagan bullshit and I don't do this. Nah, it's too many souls. You know what I'm saying? Not that I can save any soul, but I can do my part in some of the karma that I've caused in this incarnation, which it affects every conscious soul. The karma that we all cause, So I just try to do my part and sit in some frequencies that I may not choose to be in that particular day. Because remember, I start off in bliss and happiness, and I just ride the energy waves that surround me, Because we got to go out of the house. We have to talk about this, unless you're a monk and you're sitting in the etheric realms, 22 hours out of the day. But these mainstream holidays, they affect us drastically. Everyone. So I would like to hear your take. You can call in. The phone lines are open early today, because this won't be a long presentation, because I respect the energy that's going around. I want to give you, ladies and gentlemen, who have family and kinfolk and friends around, to love them and hug them and kiss them. 734-230-2744. I want to know, what is Thanksgiving to you? And did you grow up celebrating Thanksgiving like most of us did? What's your take on Thanksgiving? Give me a call, 230-2744. And while I'm waiting for calls to come in, I want to take the time to run over and recognize, let me get back to it. Recognize a very, 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 very special individual who took the time to lock arms with us on I'mConsciousNowWhat.com and became a patron. And that's just saying he enjoys the movement that we're doing. He loves the energy that we put out. He loves the fellowship here. And he went over to our Patreon link, which is right below this video. And he just pledged to do his part to help us raise the level of consciousness one soul at a time. And his name is Vladimir Yerminko. Vladimir Yerminko. Let me show you the proper love. We're going to show you some love here. Thank you so much for becoming a patron and supporting what we do here at I'm Conscious Now What. So once again, the phones are open. Don't be shy. This is a special edition. We're going to add on to that conscious chatter Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Let's just talk about it. I would love to hear your perspective. And let me grab a link. I don't even have my chat window open today, so I'm going to grab me a chat link and I'm going to see what's going on in the good old chat until my calls come through. Really appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, showing
Until my
up.
call.
All righty. So over at the chat, let me recognize some people who's here today. Christian Gross, we got the hearts coming. You guys already know what time it is. Jake is here. Conscious Love is here. Revamp is here. Amber is here. Antonio is here. Melody is here. 97. Ruben is here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Dizzy is here. Love you guys. Green Shiz is here. Donnie Grove is here. Yo, JH is here. Clarwin is here. I love you all. Revamp is here. That's a cool name. I like that. Revamp. Marion is here. I love you too. Danya Grove is here. Kim G is here. I love you, Kim. I love you all. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it gets so busy around this time. Davey is here. I love you, Davey. I really appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, that just join us every single week. You guys are so freaking dedicated. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me get these calls coming in.
Hello?
Yes, it's Derek Dunlap from I'm Conscious Now What? You are live on the air with us. Just tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I was just calling. I mean, I guess I'm real similar to a lot of people in America, you know, where every Thanksgiving we get together and have mashed potatoes and turkey. But yeah, I mean, now to me, I think it just means, like you're saying, get together with my loved ones and family and just show them that love. I mean, this will be the first Thanksgiving that I've had where I've been a vegan, so I've been doing that now for like 7 months, and yeah, that's pretty much what it means to me now.
What's your name, caller?
My name is Brad.
Brad is in B or Chad?
What's that?
Is it Brad or Chad?
I'm in Colorado Springs.
Okay, are you a first-time caller?
No, I've called in before.
I know your voice sounds very familiar. Very familiar. Okay, so basically you were just like mainstream. You grew up as a young child, and what were you told Thanksgiving was about? What did you as a family? As a family, did you?
I guess I never really asked that question. You know, I just figured it was us coming over here and the Indians or whatever, you know, and we just celebrated to I guess go back into that time. But yeah, you know, I guess I never really questioned it or wondered why.
Yeah,
it's one of those programming that gets programmed and you just don't really question or think about it.
Makes you say, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. So,
and
nowadays it's all about just connecting with family members because it's their time to, you know, meet up or drive over. So, but yeah, my sister's in town and stuff like that. So it's nice to see the family, but that's all it really means to me now. You know, just another day that I get to show some love to some close people to me.
How's that vegan diet working for you? I'm a vegan too, and you got that special vegan meat, that special vegan menu?
You know, I don't really have any of that. I've just got a bunch of beans. I made like a 15-bean soup. But yeah, I really liked it. You know, I always, as a little kid, probably since when I was 10, I always had stomach problems. I always had heartburn. I got diagnosed with almost everything, ulcers, GERD. whatever they could throw at me. They're like, oh yeah, take these pills, it'll help with your acid reflux. But after I switched over to this vegan diet, man, I have not had a single problem at all. It's crazy. It was probably just that energy I was taking in, but didn't know about it, you know?
Oh yeah, man. And it's, it's another thing about the energy moving. When I say a lot of energy is moving, there's a lot of quote unquote vegetarians and vegans that are going to be challenged around the holiday times. A lot of people that are trying to make these diet changes, whether they're trying to, lose a little weight or just change the diet around these quote unquote holiday times, is when, we fall victims to, a lot of people call it peer pressure, but it's just a lot of energy. And the more energy, the more you become compelled unconsciously to follow that flow of energy. You have to look at everything now as energy. And so you have to really state your purpose the day before, really the day before in meditation. And if you can project to really state your purpose, to not get sucked into the vortex of all of this energy. Because I mean, it's a lot of freaking energy today. I can feel it, like it's everywhere, dude. I can feel the neighbors. It's just everywhere. And the thing of it is, now that I'm very, very sensitive to energy, it's a very, what's the word? It's I don't want to say fake energy, because it's not, but it's, how you can turn within and you can just sit in what you would call your bliss. You know what I mean? And you can just sit there as long as you want to, and it just resets you. You just start centered, right? It's not that kind of energy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not that kind of energy. It's like an outer, I don't have a word for that one. I'm sure somebody can call in. It's not a fake energy, but it's like a synthetic around
the facade energy. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I just don't have the English word, but I can feel it. It's not that authentic love that casts out all fear energy, even at this time of the year. It's just like it just feels synthetic to me. It just feels, I don't want to say man-made, but it could be a frequency that we all go into around this time of the year because we spend a lot of money, man. We spend a lot of money around this time of the year. A lot of freaking money, man. Friday.
And they know it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, they know it. It's do you notice every mainstream?
I'm sorry. You were cutting out there on me. I didn't hear what you said.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna hold you captives on the call with me. I always appreciate you calling in. And I'll let you jump back on the live stream. Love you too, man. Peace and love. Okay, brother?
All right. Take it easy.
All righty. Yeah, like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, it's around every mainstream holiday. There's always a day of merchandising attached to it. The day before, you know what I mean? And the day after, it's just something to look at, And that's one thing I just love about my queen. And you know when you got your soulmate, you just know when you got your soulmate. It's not always perfect harmony. I ain't gonna tell that lie, but we can find each other's frequencies. And one of the things, and I see a lot of couples, or nowadays conscious couples too, they struggle when it comes to like money and finances and holidays and stuff. And you really have to look at it and catch it to see it, because there's a lot of emotion and a lot of rituals and a lot of blood sacrifices. A lot of shit is going on behind the scenes. If you could hit the astro realm right now, that mother is crowded. Energy is moving. I got the sage and stuff burning in my house right now. It's moving, and it's so easy to just jump right in and to attach to that energy and just get sucked out of whatever your agenda is for today. If you're holding a frequency today, and those of you who can hold frequencies and go up and down and in and out, if you're trying to hold a certain frequency today, it's like flying in a plane and you're going through turbulence. You have to really stay focused today. Yes. The phone lines are open, 734-230-2744. It's you guys' platform today. Conscious Chatter. What does Thanksgiving mean to you? If somebody asks you, what is Thanksgiving? What is it to you? Do you have a different perspective of what I am projecting today? With Thanksgiving just being a day that I piggyback to see a lot of people and to sit in different frequencies and to hug a lot of people and, people that I don't see on a daily basis. Is that what it is to you? Or is it more of a spiritual day for you? Or some of you don't mess with it at all. You don't even acknowledge it. You don't even come around the energy. So I want to hear what you got to say about it. 734-230-2744. Coming back over to the chat. I am looking at you guys in the chat. What do you think in the chat about Thanksgiving so I can share some of your perspectives? Someone said, David said, can we talk about a Black Friday and that energy? I kind of talked about it. There's a lot of, Davey, with me, and a lot of people get frustrated with me because they try to run the energy through me like, Derek, you just seem like you don't want to stand for anything now. What do you, you won't choose a side. What do you stand for? You're taking the easy way out. Is it? Is it really the easy way out? I don't know. I wouldn't say easy, because the times that we live in, especially all of the programs that we've been infected with and downloaded against our wills, it's hard to think for yourself. It's hard to stay neutral. You ever tried to stay neutral in an argument when two people arguing and you're in those frequencies? Have you ever tried not to pick a side and just let it go on, the confrontation? I'm sorry. Have you ever tried that? It's hard, ain't it? Especially when that furniture start moving in the house. It's hard to stay neutral. It's hard to stay centered, focused, and not be distracted. Don't look to the right or to the left. It's hard because everybody else is being moved. So with Black Friday, I play with that Black Friday energy though. I just tell you guys like it is. And hey, man, if I know, right? If they're going to say, Derek, you can come get a coat for your mom or today and only today, if you come spend some money with us and you can buy something that you know someone in your family needs, right? And normally it's $400, but on a certain day you can get it for $70. Hello? Why not? But just know that it really only costs $20 anyway. You see what I'm saying? Just know that you're not really getting a deal. It's just you're paying a little less for that item on this particular day because they want to flood the accounts on this particular day. That's Black Friday. It's all merchandising. So if you could save some money, if you got to buy it anyway, why not? But now I will say this, okay? Don't fall into the trap of this energy. Some people call it peer pressure. It's energy. Don't fall in that trap that you feel like you have to, or you ain't shit energy. Don't feel like you have to, or you're less than a human being. You're the scum of the earth. You're not worthy if you can't meet some of the criterias that come tagged with these holidays. You see what I'm saying? See? You see what I'm saying? And this is why I love my queen, right? Because there's a lot of us that are just trying to survive in 3D, right? If you know what I'm saying. If you've been hustling, we just treading water. You understand what I'm saying? We treading water. So don't feel pressure into spending 4, 5, 100,000, hundreds of thousands just because it's the holiday. I'm just telling you like it is. Because you're going to be the same M or F-er, whether you get it or if you don't, the day after. Oh, and don't get the wrong size or the wrong color or the wrong item. It's funny to me. It's just funny now. You know what I'm saying? So me and my wife, I mean, I like this time because me and my wife, we always go like the day after these big events when everything is 50% off and 75% off. We just get the shit we need. We don't fall pressure to that deadline. I'm talking about me and her now. My wife, we laugh at it. We just laugh at it. I don't have to have something on Christmas morning for my wife sitting right there at midnight with the milk and cookies and shit. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you want to go to, you want to do it this year? What was you trying to get, honey? Okay, let's see if we can catch it the day after. We don't. It's just another day. I'm just keeping it real. That's where we at. And it just really makes life so much more pleasant not to feel like you have to do something. That's when your free will kicks in, and that's when it's so cool to be with your soulmate or on one accord with your spouse. All right, so I'm still looking at the chat. We're going to shut it down early today, so the phone lines is open, ladies and gentlemen. I realize that a lot of you have people that have come in and out of town. I don't want to just, somebody say just another day. It's just another day. Anyone hear about the clouds of Venus? Yes, sir. I've heard about that. Okay. Georgie said, if it wasn't for my family, I could care less about these holidays, not even my birthday. This year, I feel like staying home for Christmas. Never felt so out of the loop. Just doesn't excite me. Nicole says, I never have money by the time Black Friday comes around. I hear you. I hear you. Wow, this is fortunate because I actually have to go soon. It's about family. Holidays don't excite me. Okay, somebody said Ryan. I talked to Ryan yesterday, and Ryan is great. I just can't be, I don't want to spoil it for him. Just know that Ryan is great and he has something great planned. So I don't want to be a spoiler. There's no beef between me and Ryan. I know some of you feel like it is something had to happen. I don't see Ryan anymore. This, and I think I explained this before. I'm conscious now what this movement came out of my vision. It was my vision. It was something that I saw. It was something that I visualized. And my little brother just saw and felt the vibration and just really helped me get the platform off of the ground. And even, he said, anytime you want me to come on there, just, let me know. And, the door is open, but Ryan Cropper has his platform. I have my platform. We love each other, but it was love. It was just love. And it got to the point where he was writing a book and He's working on something big that I can't say. So it's going to be cool. But you guys will see us link back together, you know, very, 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 very soon. But he got something big coming up. All right. So Amber says I didn't even miss Ryan. Amber Skymer. Let's see. Come on, chat. Y'all better ride with me for I pull the plug on this one. Ryan hasn't been posting for a while. Something big coming up, I'm telling you. Let's turn Thanksgiving into giving thanks to Earth. That is a great idea. Great idea. The phone lines is open. Those of you who are brave enough today, you don't want to tell the world about your Thanksgiving? What's going on? Give me a call, 734-230-2744. Thank you, Georgia. Thank you, Amber. I love you too. You know what? You would have to, and my wife is not here. She has a lot of great vegan recipes, man. Her vegan spaghetti. Man, and it's all organic. I mean, the cheese tastes like cheese, the sauce. Oh my, I'm just telling you, she got some great vegan dish, and she got this vegan dish I like with a green pepper, and she loads the pepper with organic brown rice and organic black beans. And it's like, it looks like cheese, but it's not cheese. She makes this, I don't even know how she makes the cheese. And this sauce, like it's not a hot sauce, but it's kind of tangy, and it has tomatoes and garlic and the organic seasonings. Oh my God. And it's a pepper, man. When you bite it, it's like her cakes, great. What else? Organic breakfasts. She's not here, but I would let her get on the microphone and just freestyle it right now. I'm gonna eat very, very well, very, very well tomorrow with family. We actually take when we go out of the home, it's kind of weird because it's not really a lot when you reach the point in your life where you're real conscious about what you put in your mouth. Whenever I leave the house, I take my water, I take my nuts, I take fruit with me, because I know and I assume once I leave the house, if I'm going to be going for any types of hours, it's not going to be anything out there that I'm going to really trust to put into my body, even the fruit and things, because I can't wash it. You understand what I'm saying? So even when we go over to my mom's house, we taking dishes because my mom and a lot of the family still eat meat. So we take our own dishes, and my mom is making a cauliflower, a special dish for me. Just got off the phone with my mom. So she said, "You like cauliflower, boy?" I said, "I love it, because I'm going to whip up something for you for tomorrow so you can have some yummy in your tummy also." Okay. So let me check. Let me get back here on the phone lines. Let's open the phones up now.
Hello?
Yes, 614. You're live with Derek Dunlap on I'm Conscious Now What? Could you tell us your name and where you're calling from? Whoa. As I would say, well, damn. Okay. It's the 23rd of November. Nicole, you love black beans. I love black beans, but I pay for them the next day. I spend a lot of time in my den the next day. I don't see my wife much on the next day. Black beans is the best substitute for meat. Nicole, black beans don't make you gassy? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Mushrooms. What kind of mushrooms? Kim G. Only eggs. Ugh. Ugh. Eggs make me gassy. Gassy. I could see why. Kim say we should begin a colony. That sounds pretty cool. Talk about soul creation, Jake. Man, that's out of my league, Jake. I know I'm a soul creating things now, but I can't even begin to speak of how the divine presence of all created the soul. I would have to tell you some shit I read. You know what I mean? So you can call in and give me your perspective on what you think soul creation is, how the soul was created. Derek, do you bless food before eating it? I used to. Not too much now. Every now and then. But that's a great question, though. That's a very great question. I catch myself like doing around these times. The holiday times, especially if it's a group of people and my mom might ask me to do it, or I pick back up on a frequency that I once resided in based on the energy that's around me, and I would want to bless the food. But when I'm by myself, what I do is in the morning for 3 hours, I state my purpose. I give thanks every single day for like 3 hours straight consciously, but in my non-physical once I get out. And I just give thanks for everything. I start off with everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. You know what I mean? And I am conscious of the energy that I allow into my body. I'm more conscious of the energy. I'm not perfect, but I'm conscious and I can feel energy in my body when I partake of things. I eat a lot of life foods. You know what I mean? So I'm real conscious of the energy, but I don't bless food every day like I religiously did before. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. And I've never felt better in my entire life than right now. Okay. Talk about the beings in the North. You want to? I don't have enough time to go there about the North Pole. And I actually got a strike on the channel when I was talking about the North Pole. There's certain YouTube got us by the balls, really. You know, if I really didn't care about you guys, and I know you guys like to gather together, you guys are a little small colony here and chat once amongst each other, I would talk about more different things. But one more strike and we are like on this platform. So, but I would just say that the North Pole isn't what you think it is. And that ice, all of that ice that's surrounding that North Pole around the whole equator of the North Pole was strategically put there by technology. Yeah, it's technology. It's technology. Just like there's technologies to give us different illusions of the moon. Like they brought this super moon thing in. And I remember, if you guys go back on, it's probably 4 shows ago, I asked if anyone had saw the moon one day, and the moon looked like just a giant star. It didn't even have any form. It was just all light. It was a hologram if I ever seen one. And they had to project a hologram, especially when things start going on up on that moon that we don't have access to down here, right? Everything is perspective, right? Your truth is your truth. My truth is what my ego tells me is true. But everything is all of the information that we're getting nowadays is perspective. The only truth that I know is there's a divine presence that started everything. Everything else is folly, stories, perspective, agendas, everything else. And I love sitting in it, and I love feeling it and absorbing it. And I love hearing other people's perspective on life. That's the journey. Perspective helps you along your journey because you could take someone else's perspective and compare it to what you're dealing with. And even if you haven't experienced some one else's experiences, you can actually kind of get like a sneak peek to know what to assume. Just don't get brainwashed by it and make it like the boom, the law. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's get back on these phones. I'm in a great space today. I just love going with the flow with you guys. I tried to call you back, 479. I tried to call you back. All right. Answering any questions that I can in the chat. I really thank you guys for joining us today. I do realize how valuable your time is, especially on today like today. I would have thought more of you would have called in to talk about this Thanksgiving. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Maybe it was, hey, I would have thought I would have heard more perspectives on this. And here it is. I keep trying to get 479. I'm trying to get you 479. See if I can get you one more time. Mm-hmm. 479.
Hello?
You're live with Derek on I'm Conscious Now. I'm Conscious Now what?
One second. Hello?
Yes, you're live with Derek on I'm Conscious Now what? What's your name and where you calling from?
Sorry, it's like you're breaking really bad.
Okay, well, go ahead. You got the platform. I can hear you.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and try this. As I was listening to the stream earlier, my name is Michael and from Arkansas. I called a couple times in the past. But anyway, for those out there who are really good at like manipulating the energy that's around like major events through media, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that stuff, maybe you could like utilize, like mess around with that kind of energy to like turn into not a ritual, but just like kind of hard to explain it that way, but through your perspective, you can turn that kind of holiday or something into something that would benefit you, something that could raise you in a consciousness.
Mike, just give us an example, because I know exactly what you're talking about. I piggyback the energy of these big holidays, as I said before. I attach that bliss when I see people that I haven't saw in a long time. I just ride the wave of that energy of everyone coming together, right? And I just hug everybody and just really twist that agenda, that energy to spend money, that monetizing energy of Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I just use it to just share my love. That's what I do.
Yeah.
What examples? Give me an example of something you would do to manipulate that energy and make it your own.
All right. Well, I remember last Halloween, what I used that for. Since usually Halloween, there's a lot of like a lot of curious kind of like there's like a lot of curiosity around in that time of in the time, and I went ahead and tried using that to try to. I used that kind of energy to. I put that one into a meditation with me, and oh my god, like it's really crackling up on my end. I can barely hear anybody.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Huh?
I can hear you loud and clear.
But I went ahead and used the curious kind of energy, the spur that's like floating around during the Halloween time. And through that, I went ahead and sat down with it in a meditation using this kind of energy. And found, like what you described in a couple of streams ago, like just sitting down and just taking in information from like the quote unquote voices that you hear every now and then, or the ringing noise you get. Went ahead and kind of use that, and I've gotten a lot more information using that kind of energy floating around in Halloween.
Okay. Okay. Well, Mike, we appreciate you calling. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Peace and love, my brother. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yes, 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 yes. Any other vegans out there? Any other vegans? Give me a call, 734-230-2744. If you are a vegan, and let me know if and what you are preparing for your families. Back over at the chat. That's weird.
Andrew.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
614, I finally got you on. State your name and tell us where you're calling from.
Hey, my name's Andrew. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio.
What's up, Andrew? Talk to me.
I just wanted to kind of expand on what you were saying earlier about the changing the energy of Thanksgiving. This year, I was really excited because usually the dinner's overpowered by like all the turkey and stuff like that. But my family's bringing like cashew mac and cheese and vegan pumpkin pie and desserts and everything. And all the vegan stuffing and all that stuff. So we're just trying to overpower it with all the vegan food.
Oh, so you're vegan?
What's that?
You're a vegan?
Yeah. I was just saying we were trying to overpower this Thanksgiving with all of our vegan food instead of all the meat kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right. So, you said some vegan pumpkin pie, and what else you guys got cooking over there?
We've got cashew mac and cheese, and then we've got a bunch of other desserts too. There's this vegan bakery called Patty Cake near my house,
Mm-hmm.
and so they just got a whole bunch of stuff for Thanksgiving, and we're not going to do any fake meats this year, but we're just trying to overpower the whole dinner table.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. If you, what is Thanksgiving to you? What is this day about to you? Yeah, as you and your family, what does Thanksgiving mean to you? What were you taught about Thanksgiving?
My whole family, I mean, we enjoy getting together for the holidays. But, I mean, for me, as time goes on, it's kind of more like a remembrance of what all actually happened on Thanksgiving instead of, like, celebrating what it's usually celebrated for. I usually try to just remember all the lives that were lost on, like, that day back then with all the Indian things.
Okay. Okay. That's great at 21 to really have some insight of what's really going on, because I'm telling you, I could take a microphone out and go out in the world right now and I can ask 10 people what's the true meaning behind, Thanksgiving. And if I get one to even halfway meet me there, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. So that's good to have someone of. That's why
that's very true. I was very surprised. Like back when I first learned about that, like I couldn't believe they didn't teach that in school. I mean, I was pretty young at the time when I learned about it, but now I know why they wouldn't teach it. But
absolutely, and see, conscious souls out there, you can utilize these mainstream holidays to just take you at the speed of sound further and further and faster into your journey, because you can see the deception. So it's just like it's so much energy. If you can just meditate in that energy the day before and the day of, you could see the illusion of mainstream holidays. It's just they're just gathering up all of the energy that they can. I mean, it's a feast. It's a blood sacrifice energy feast on these days. And either you're, partaking in it consciously or unconsciously, and I'm just one that, and I'm just like that. I'm just not gonna bullshit people. I piggyback a lot of this energy. I learned how to play in it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a monk. I don't meditate for 20 hours out of the day and then hit the body. And then, I'm in this 3-dimensional realm, whether some people like to admit it or not. You know how some of the gurus are, they're perfect. I'm in this 3rd-dimensional realm. I know what's going on. I'm aware of high vibrating energies. I'm aware of very, very low vibrating energy. So the goal, the intent, to advance.
Yeah, I mean all that energy is it definitely helps you in a lot during the holidays. My sister and I, she's just recently became like psychic medium and whatnot, like all that stuff. She discovered that ability, and she was saying how terrible she felt in the holidays now because she can sense it all.
Wow. Yeah. Well, Andrew, anything else you want to add?
I think you got on my topic.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much.
Good talking to you.
Thank you so much for calling
Thank you.
in.
Have a great day.
All right, peace and love. Peace and love from Andrew, young lad. Know what's going on, and that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. My final words today's show Don't have to be too long. I just wanted to get all of you together again, give you some information, some insight, some perspective on Thanksgiving. I really would have liked to hear from more people, more insight, more perspective on Thanksgiving, but I think we hit the nail in the coffin. I don't think it's that much more to talk about on the subject. Closing words for today. I could go so many ways with this. So I'm just going to piggyback the energy right now. Follow your joy. Follow your joy. Follow your joy. This is Derek Dunlap. I'm consciousnowwhat.com. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button. And if you would be so kind, if you feel led to, there's a link right after this broadcast. You can click that share button right under the video. There's a link. You could take that link and put it on your social media platforms. If you got something out of today, especially in the beginning, a lot of people did not know the pain that the turkeys go through every single year. And I remember talking about that on a prior show, and that really was like the nail in the coffin for me eating meat. And I didn't see the turkey video. I saw the butchering of cows, which is far more graphic, you know. There's a lot of other things to eat, you know. So I love you guys. I love you. I love you. You know I love you always. And until next time, Sunday. I know a lot of you might be out of town, but we're gonna do it live.
I'm conscious.
Now what?
1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
Peace and love.